Hello, welcome back to CC's Kitchen. We're going to be cooking some turkey breast tenderloin. So come on in, let's get started and let's see what we're going to do that's exciting and different to our turkey breast. So we have some butterball turkey breast tenderloin that normally comes two in the pack. So I'm going to bring you right on in and we're going to get started. So here's our turkey breast that I've cut up into strips, as you can see. So this is regular butterball turkey breast tenderloins. I have my seasoning that I'm going to use here. And what I've done, we have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I have a half a teaspoon of onion powder. I have a half a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash original because I'm not using salt. I also have a half a teaspoon of cumin. I have a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then I have a teaspoon of chili powder. And I also have a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and it's all mixed up in here together. So we've all mixed that together. So I also have probably about a tablespoon. This is olive oil because I want to baste my turkey breast with that. So you want to make sure I've already patted my turkey breast dry to get the moisture out of it because I want it to stick. Okay, and just to show you that, I just really take a paper towel and I go over my chicken breast, and you can see I take the moisture out and that absorbs the moisture. So you want to do that. Okay, and you do that on both sides. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to get started with our turkey breast. So what we want to do, I'm going to baste this with our oil, because then we're going to drizzle that rub that we have on there. And I do have a tablespoon of butter, real butter, unsalted, that we've been melting in our pan to get ready to put that in on top of the stove. So we're going to cook this on top of the stove today. So all of that is all ready. So I have that seasoned. So this is going to be our apple turkey breast. And so we're just going to season this. Drizzle our rub on there really well. And if you want to take to spread it, we can do that too. So that's based pretty good, and I think my pan is hot enough. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this side down. Oh yes, in there, and then I'll do the other side while it's in the pan. And I have my stove on medium-low heat because I don't want to cook it too fast. Because I want it to get that good, nice, buttery taste. Like my pan is not going to be big enough. Let's see, I need to get 2 more pieces in here. Let's see, can we get the small piece in here? And so we're going to take our spatula, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing you saw me do. I'm going to baste it on this side because I put the side with the seasoning face down. So I put that side face down, so now I need to do the seasoning for the other side. And so we're going to let that cook for about 15-20 minutes. And so we're going to bring you back and show you the rest. So we have some apple juice that we're going to add to this to let it finish cooking in. And I also have a green Granny Smith and a red apple. So we're going to use our apples, and I have a half a cup of apple juice that I'm going to use. And we're going to add to that. And I also have a little bit of Hawaiian season that's made by Lori's. I love this. Lori's Hawaiian season. So I'm going to add this with my apple juice when we simmer it on down in our pan. So we'll bring you back when we're ready to flip it to the other side and add our juices and our apples and show you how that's doing. So I flipped my turkey breast and you can see how that's cooking. So that did cook it cooked exactly 10 minutes on one side. And it's just nice and simmering on medium heat. So I'm going to cover that. What we're going to do is we're going to add our apples to this. Okay. I'm going to move my cutting board so you'll be able to see that. So I'm going to take my apples that I have here, and I'm just going to go ahead on and place this on top of the chicken. I cook chicken so much, guys. This is not chicken. That is turkey breast. So we're going to add that on top of there. And I'm going to take my apple juice. See, it's my apple juice right here. So we're going to take this, yes, and we're pouring that all over there. That's a half a cup of apple juice. Okay, and then here is that 1/8. This is a tablespoon of that Hawaiian sauce. And we're going to keep allowing that simmer and simmering. And look at there. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? So we're going to let that simmer for 20 more minutes, and I'm going to bring you back to show you how delicious, and we're going to cover it. So it's going to cook in that apple juice and get those apple flavoring on it. We're going to have a good dinner. And that's going to be your apple turkey breast tenderloin. And so I am going to take some of the remaining seasoning, and I'm going to just sprinkle some of that over the apples as well, so the apples can have that flavoring as well. So we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of the seasoning there. And allow that to cook with those apples. So it's been 6 minutes, and look at this. That turkey breast is truly done. I just sliced it to make sure. So what we're going to add a little bit of flour or cornstarch, whichever one I have in my pantry, to make sure, because I want my gravy to be just thickened a little bit. Because if you look at this, see, I want that to be a little bit thicker. Because that's some good old gravy. Who wants turkey breast without gravy? Not I. So let's do that. And I'm going to bring you back when we get that starch, that cornstarch, or our flour. I'll see which one we're going to use. So we're going to use, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon of cornstarch. I use a tablespoon first because I don't want to make sure I'm eating a piece of that turkey breast, guys, and it is delicious and juicy. So I've tested it already. So I'm going to use a tablespoon cornstarch. So that's what we have here. And then I'm just going to take, I like to take the gravy that's already in there and put it in my cornstarch and stir that up. See what we have. And then I'll take my spoon here and stir and mix that back up in the mixture to thicken it up. That way I'm not adding water to it. I'm using my original seasoning. We're going to take that and just pour it all over there. Because I've stirred it and mixed it really well. And that's going to give that an opportunity to thicken. So I only use a tablespoon of cornstarch just to make sure I didn't have to go back and add extra water. And I think that is going to be good enough, because I'm going to show you. I have my oven going because we got some sweet potatoes in the oven as well. Some baked sweet potatoes. Ooh. So that tablespoon was good enough. That 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with those apples. And let me show you how thick that gravy is. It is just good enough to serve. Can you see that? Look at that. It is smelling good up in CC's kitchen. That apple juice is saying its thing. Look at that. See how thick it is already? That is exactly what we want. So actually, we're done, guys. This meal is ready to go on somebody's plate. Yes, it is. It is ready. So that is our apple, turkey breast, tenderloin. And you can serve this over rice. You can serve it over mashed potatoes. However you like to serve it. But this is our turkey breast. And I'm going to get another little snippet and let you see. Okay. I'm just going to get another piece and get a little salsa here. Just to let you see how it's looking there. Okay. Here's my fork I had. Pick a piece out of here. Look at that. See? Look at that turkey breast. That gravy. I know it's mouth watering. I want you to see me slice this piece because I want you to see how juicy it is. Okay? Yes. Here it is. Right here. Look at that. We just cut right through. I really don't even need this knife. I can cut it with my fork. It is just that tender. But see, that's what apple juice does. It tenderizes. You don't need meat tenderizer. So, here we go. Oh yes. This is very delicious. So here's another great meal from CC's Kitchen. And this is our apple turkey breast tenderloin. And that meal is done. So we can turn off our stove because I don't want all of my juices to go out. And look at there. Doesn't that look delicious? And those apples are really saying something there. So we have a finished meal. We have yellow rice, yellow seasoned rice. We have some zucchini mixed with some kale. And there is that delicious turkey breast. And this rice has that gravy on top of it. And I think I need to get a little bit more. So look at that gravy. Look at that gravy. Yeah, so we're going to get some more of that. Y'all can see that? And we're going to put that nice gravy right over this rice. See this? Look at that. Doesn't that look good? So what we're going to do, take some of that gravy. It's been a long time since I ate some rice. So, here we go. Oh, that gravy is good. And this meat is so tender you don't need a knife. So if you have to cook a small turkey breast, this is a great recipe. And you can even use apples in this same recipe with your regular turkey for Thanksgiving. Give it a try. So we'll be back in CC's kitchen with more delicious and healthy meals.